having a little bit of last-minute fiddling with ammo types, that kind of thing.
No, yeah, I can understand that sort of stuff being happening, but I see too often where our game members tend to get a little bit carried away with conversations that they're having in chat and could have readied up about 10 minutes ago and then continue on being, but that's neither here or there. That's not what we're here for. We are here for Cake vs. Overwatch on Canyon Ambush in Game 1, and we are ready to go loading level data. All right. Are you ready for this match, Brick? Is your body physically prepared?
I feel my loins have been girded. I'm prepared for this match.
Have you been set on fire enough yet? Because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna happen.
All right, let's give a quick rundown of ships. On the Drunken Celtic ship, which we saw last time, we've got Mortar, Hades front, Flamethrower, Banshee on the side. I think that's pretty much exactly the same as we saw last time. Starboard Angel with that Banshee carronade, Barking Dog carronades on both sides, and an Artemis up front. So no change from the Cake team, and why would they? They absolutely wrecked in those last two matches. And on the Overwatch side, we have, as the Vanaheim Mobula, captained by Griffos Fellsummer. Let's see. We've got a flare gun, Gat, Mortar, Carronade, Mine. So basically, they just went through the list of guns and stuck one of everything on here, except for, a flamethrower and a flak. But you get the general idea. They haven't doubled up on any guns over here. All right, and it's really actually strange that they have a flare on that side. I guess it's okay for this map, but that's a little bit bizarre for me, or me personally. Anyway, the Wildfire, captained by Mr. Ace Rimmer himself, has a double Hades front and flak Gat side.
Golly, yes. Well, that Wildfire is going to be able to cause a lot of fires at long range. I'm sure. I mean, it seems Cake can burn people. Let's see how well they can do when they're the ones getting burnt, as they are most likely about to be. Definitely, if Cake decide to kind of come in, it looks like Overwatch is sort of taking up a position at the end of the cannon where they can just rain down, quite literally, that magma fire. And if Cake are just sort of taking that fire the whole way across, by the time they actually get close enough to fight Vanaheim and the Wildfire, they will be burned very badly.
Now, it should be interesting to know. Is Overwatch going to go all the way around? No, okay, they're just sitting up on this right side. I think in my Tuesday night fight, we had a couple of ships come all the way around the side, back over here, kind of behind where Overwatch is right now, and that was a very interesting way to go about it. Now, let me get your opinion on how this Mobula is set up. Do you like this, or do you wish that they put something different on here?
Well, I just look at that Mobula and I just go, what is this? I don't even.
Okay,
looking
so
at
I'm
it
not
here,
the only one.
Mine launcher, mortar, Gatling, carronade, flag. Well, it's kind of like a utility belt, isn't it, that loadout?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really seem to be there doesn't seem to be any particular synergy, but I mean, it's a lot of different things for a lot of different situations, I suppose.
Yeah, I feel like it shouldn't be named the Swiss Army knife, not the Vanaheim.
Yeah, Swiss Army knife, indeed. I mean, yeah, you could flare up those clouds right now if they wanted to. You know, they could blend them down if they wanted to. They could do the Gat mortar. They could just do whatever they wanted, depending on the situation. Maybe that's the idea, the versatility.
Yeah, possibly. All right, now it looks like the two teams are going to spot each other here. The Cake team was spotted first, but they immediately turned around, noticing where the Overwatch team was located, and we are going to get some shots starting to go off here as the Starboard Angel and the Vanaheim are the first ones to start taking pot shots at each other now. Should be noted that the Marbula is especially vulnerable versus carronades, and the Starboard Angel is just going to come right on the side here, and Vanaheim is already getting focus fired. The Wildfire has a few shots on him, and well, the Vanaheim just gets absolutely...
Oh, the Wildfires! The fire's just arcing right over the top of the Drunken Celtic here, barely doing any damage. Now the Wildfire getting heavily focused here.
They are using that.
Cake are rocking and rolling.
They are using that double Hades with fairly good effectiveness against the Drunken Celtic, but when you have the only double Hades up front, sure, you might be able to take down a little bit of armor, but once again, that killing power is missing, and now they are without balloon, they are without hull armor, and they're going to start banging into the ground over here, which is never what you want to do.
Here's something you won't hear often, but well, actually,
Shocker's just going to sit on the Wildfire.
Cake have got a much more well-rounded loadout. The Wildfire with the double Hades, it's all armor, all fire, but just nothing to finish off the hull. There was no real focus fire there at all.
Yeah, and the Vanaheim got focused very, very quickly, and it's got to be really careful here, as he did start to poke his nose back over and is sitting out in the middle of nowhere right now.
Cake made absolutely the right decision there to focus down the Mobula being weaker, it being more vulnerable to all that fire damage, and of course the Vanaheim have the gap mortar, the quick killing power, whereas the Wildfire, they didn't have the killing power. The front side is not about the killing fire.
Yep, absolutely. And I don't feel like the Vanaheim really has that to cover it up either, but let's see how they manage to do in this engagement as the Wildfire is coming back in, and looks like both Cake ships are going to be going after the Wildfire now, so we'll see how the Vanaheim can do when it's not being focused. And did the Starboard Angel and the Celtic just collide with each other there? I think they bumped a little bit there, as the Angel seemed to take a little bit of a
Overwatch are not focus firing.
Yeah, the Wildfire going after the Starboard Angel.
But they are getting focus fire. The Wildfire taking huge amounts of damage very quickly.
Almost getting completely dead, but taken out... managing to rebuild. The Starboard Angel lost some of its armor there, but once again, no killing power means it's not going to take any permanent damage. The Celtic is actually taking quite a lot of fire here as the Celtic's coming in.
Taking less damage.
But the Wildfire...
The armor's got right back up.
Yeah, the Wildfire... there you go. There's the killing blow on the Wildfire once more as it gets annihilated by the Starboard Angel. And even though both Cake ships had their balloons knocked out, hull health-wise, they're completely fine.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Now the Vanaheim is in a lot of trouble here as it's getting its balloon knocked out, and you never want to have that happen as a Mobula.
Balloon's knocked out, the hull's on fire, they're using drogue chute to descend more slowly, but it's going to be difficult to get away with the Celtic on him, with those long-range guns. I think just Overwatch have picked the wrong horse here, and as it goes to 4-0.
Yep,
Overwatch have picked the wrong build.
Yeah, look, there's anti-meta, and then there's just complete.
Oh no!
I don't want to say it sounded to be too mean, but
look at that spawn for the Vanaheim. As soon as Cake see the Vanaheim is going to be completely isolated. All that's keeping the Vanaheim alive at this point is this layer of clouds.
And they're dropping down. And the Cake team knows that the spawns have got... there's actually cloud cover moving through here. So that's even more cloud cover. So Vanaheim might be able to get around and meet up with the Wildfire who is behind those rocks. But actually it's the Wildfire who's moving out here. The Cake team recovered fully. As you can see, through all this, the only permanent damage they've taken is just that sliver of health off the Drunken Celtic. That's how well this game has been going for them.
Yes, right. Cake are just rocking and rolling here. Just anyone who underestimates Cake, you're just making terrible mistake. Just their use of fire and the sheer skill of the pilots, as we've seen, is really good.
Yep, the Starboard Angel is spotted, and we finally have some sort of focus fire going down
there we go.
Starboard Angel, and that's actually taking a lot of damage. And oh my god, that was a quick kill. Let's see if the Vanaheim manages to stay alive versus the Drunken Angel here. or if the Drunken Angel. I just mixed ship names completely up. And the Wildfire is backing up here now. The reason why they're doing that is because that Hades does have an arming time, and you do want to be a little bit further away, unlike
Celtic
most
backpedaling,
Pyramidions.
though.
Ooh, the
Yeah,
Vanaheim
good
takes
job.
a bump against this. Oh no, they took a
Oh
bump.
dear!
Onto
Oh
this thing
dear!
and- oh
Oh
my
my goodness!
God, what a
Oh,
terrible
dear.
feeling to end the match that way. Oh no, bumping
Oh, the
into that pillar, getting stuck on it, having those mortars rain from above. Wow, that's. I mean,
If
you
that
almost got the feeling that they could have done something, but
that Mobula had been anywhere else in the blue spawn, but that exact place, he probably would have survived. But as it stands, yeah, they just got completely wiped here. The Cake have defeated Overwatch in the first game of the series. Overwatch are going to need to change things up here. I feel. I mean, okay, we've seen. I think we both disagree somewhat with the build Overwatch have taken here. But what can Overwatch do differently in Parisian Rumble? How can they change things up for this map?
First, maybe keep the Vanaheim behind the Pyramidion, not side by side or up front, because I mean, as you saw, the Cake team is just going to pounce on that Mobula almost immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely focus fire more than they did. That's that's pretty much a given. I don't. You know what? I'm not entirely too much sure how. Other than just fly better. I mean,
Fly better. Well, that's advice we could all take.
That's yeah. I mean, that's all on captains, but that's really. I feel like that's really kind of the truth in this case. They just need to fly a little bit better than they did that last game. But you know, the canyon ambush and this map are two completely different animals. I mean, so it's just possible that Overwatch that map wasn't really playing up to the strengths of what they had there. All right, let's give a quick rundown of ships once again on the Drunken Celtic. We've got the Hades mortar front with the same flamethrower Banshee on the side. On the starboard Angel, we've got that same old Banshee carronade, which is going to be pretty devastating on this map with the Artemis up front. On the Vanaheim, we've still got the carronade, mine launcher, gat, mortar, beacon, flare gun combo. And on the Wildfire, we still got double Hades and gat flak side, so no difference in any ship guns. We have gotten some spots down as the Drunken Celtic has been spotted. The Wildfire has been spotted, and we are going to get into our first engagement fairly soon. This range here is definitely going to favor the Wildfire if it could actually hit with that Hades, as all of those shots have completely missed. A couple finally hit.
Even more going over the top. A couple hitting here. Maybe half those shots, maybe 40% hitting.
And here we go.
Wildfire about to back up into a building here if he's not careful.
And here was the problem.
Starboard Angel just going right for him.
Yeah,
Wildface taking heavy damage, lots of fire.
At the Celtic. While the
Celtic coming right on in, he's going to ram him into the building. Boom! Crushed him between the building and the ship.
In the meantime, the Starboard Angel is taking so much damage here as the Vanaheim shows its potential off, absolutely annihilating almost everything. And there goes some mortar shots, barely manages to get its armor back up, but it has lost its balloon completely, and the Vanaheim is just going to come down over here and try to...
The Celtic coming back in on the Vanaheim. The Vanaheim needs to kill the Starboard Angel quick, but the Starboard Angel is keeping its armor up.
And the Vanaheim is actually going to be the one that blows up there. It got too low.
Starboard Angel's survivability just saved its ass there.
Yeah, and we've seen that happen more than once so far, where the Starboard Angel just keeps itself alive, waiting for its other ship to come on through. But as I said once more, there was definitely a lack of focus fire there going there. Wildfire was going after the Drunken Celtic. The Vanaheim turned around going after Starboard Angel, and
the Cake were extremely focused.
Yeah,
they went right for their target, and they finished off the Wildfire with a sandwich ram into a building. That is just how focused and straightforward they were. And I think Overwatch need to learn from that. Just this Swiss Army thing. I don't know if it's doing the job.
Well, to be fair, it did a lot of damage very, very quickly to Starboard Angel. And the one thing I can say for it is with the damage they were doing, they were also popping balloons. So I do definitely see what it could accomplish and finish here. But with the wildfire just getting completely blown up as quick as it did, the Vanaheim really stood no chance once the Drunken Celtic came back into view as well. And the Vanaheim had to get very low to get its shots continuing onto onto the Angel. And you never really want to be that down low, because once your balloon gets popped, you're automatically going to be taking damage.
Well, here we go. The Starboard Angel, the Drunken Celtic coming back in. Wildfire actually getting taken.
And also doesn't
very far away.
It also doesn't help that the wildfire missed every single Hades shot from 2 Hades
cannons.
Yeah,
I feel like they've gotten a bit over enthusiastic choosing that Hades cannon here. They might not have had a lot. In fact, no one's really had any that much practice with it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to use 2 of them,
well, talking about accurate shots, look at the accurate shots for the Hades on the Drunken Celtic hitting every shot. Oh, but the Starboard Angel's completely exposed itself. Oh, a huge mistake from the Starboard Angel, sticking its head too far out, getting completely focus fired. The Drunken Celtic taking a bounce, getting velcroed. Things have gone suddenly disastrously wrong for Cake when things seem to be going so well.
Those Hades shots are definitely hitting now. Starboard Angel's going to be able to duck behind this building, but they're going to come on down and fly over down into this little alleyway.
Yeah,
Overwatch
have definitely got the advantage now. Now it's the Drunken Celtic that's isolated. He's on his own. And if he gets focused, then he could die very quickly. He does not have the evasive abilities that Junker does.
Look at that double Hades actually doing work on the Celtic now. Lighting balloon on fire, and you don't want to lose that
shut my mouth, Imagine. Look at the Drunken Fire using its kerosene, just sort of ducking behind this clock tower here. Now Cake are safe, relatively speaking. Now they can regroup, they can attack properly this time.
Yeah, and I mean, it's another case of almost so close, and we've had several of these with Overwatch in this match where they almost got it, but not quite.
This is what I'm talking about. I mean, Cake are very skilled pilots. I mean, just because, they don't use conventional builds, I do not count them out.
They're not good players, absolutely, yeah. And the wildfire is getting rained upon now. The Starboard Angel going around on this side, and we'll see if the Vanaheim actually manages to catch where they are. And they do see them.
Starboard Angel's coming around.
They are using that carronade to try to knock them off. Of course, Starboard Angel
maneuver, but I'm not sure if it's having the intended effect, because once again the Starboard Angel is isolated. The Drunken Celtic's got to get back in. The Starboard Angel is being heavily focus fired, taking damage from the Gatling of the Vanaheim. Amazingly, its armor is still up. The Drunken Celtic coming back in, getting some fire on the Vanaheim. Starboard Angel's just barely and he's dead. The Vanaheim now taking damage. The balloon's down, the hull's down. Can the Drunken Celtic get a quick kill on the Vanaheim before the wildfire comes back in?
But no, it managed to get its armor and its balloon back up. Those engineers going to work overtime, and the Stardust Angel did go down finally for what I feel like is the first time after having suffered so much damage in so many different engagements. So once again, just a little bit overextending. The problem there was that the Drunken Celtic kept on backing up while the Angel kept on coming forward, and the wildfire got behind a building where it wasn't being fired upon by the Drunken Celtic anymore, but did have a firing arc on the Angel, and so the Angel finally goes down, and it is just a 2-1 match now, which is pretty dang close. So the Celtic is out in the open here. Those Hades going to work, and there you go. Those are some nice hits going on there. Wow, that's actually very good shots finally coming from those Hades cannons. And where's the
Starboard Angel's coming back up though. Oh, if they focus fire on the wildfire could be in big trouble, and that's exactly what they're doing here.
But the Drunken Celtic has lost its armor, has lost its balloon, taking a lot of damage.
Starboard Angel's coming behind the wildfire.
And that is
they've got to kill the wildfire before they kill him. But the Drunken Celtic's armor is staying up. The Starboard Angel's doing lots of damage to the wildfire. The wildfire's almost dead. wildfire, just a sliver of health.
The Celtic
Both
still
the
has his
Celtic and the
balloon down.
wildfire just barely alive here. The
I know,
wildfires.
what is the Vanaheim doing? The Vanaheim is turning to go to the Starboard Angel. No, Vanaheim, you should have kept on going.
The Vanaheim's too fat. It doesn't know what to do. It can't slip through these little tight areas here. Now the Starboard Angel getting fire on the wildfire. The wildfire's balloon is down. The hull's on fire. One more shot from anything has killed the wildfire at long last. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, I have no idea what the Vanaheim was trying to do there. It's continuing to bump off this building here now.
Maybe, yeah.
It was firing at the Drunken Celtic, and then it stopped. The Drunken Celtic was almost completely dead. It did get its armor back up, but that doesn't. You can see how little health this has. If they were trying to save their teammate.
The Vanaheim's like a Swiss Army knife, as you said, and those guns are all just in completely different places. He got an arc on one doesn't necessarily mean you can get an arc on the other. And the Starboard Angel.
This is the wrong move here. This is
absolutely the wrong decision. He's going to get focus fired down and murdered. Balloon's gone down, hull's gone down, everything's gone down, and he's dead. Now, Cake, one kill away from defeating Overwatch.
I feel like I need to take a roll-up newspaper and just smack the top of the heads of the Overwatch captains, because this has just been, okay, you try to save your teammate, maybe. Okay, maybe I can understand that. But why did you go? Both ships are over there. I mean, yes, you did a ton of damage to the Drunken Celtic. Maybe you can take it out. But chances are that you're going to be suffering a lot of it. And if it is a 2v1, it's just...
Well, never underestimate the kind of confusion and panic and how difficult it is to get a grasp on the situation when you're actually in that pilot's seat. I mean, I don't know how much.
Yeah, but I feel like that was just straightforward. Like, you weren't being fired on. Your teammate was dead. You knew both of the other ships were there. It was just, it was one of those things where I can't possibly think of what you could have been thinking to be able to just say, okay, screw it. I'm just gonna charge on back in there. I'm gonna have to ask about that one.
No. Well, actually, no. I think I know why he did that. The Mobula could not escape the Pyramidion. The Pyramidion is too fast, especially with the Starboard Angel supplementing with its Hades. It must have just thought, well, I'm not going to get away, so I may as well try and get a kill. That's the only explanation I can think of, and it's actually not that bad.
I still feel like they should have tried it. They were far enough away.
A Mobula going reverse in creation is going to find it hard to escape a Pyramidion. Anyway, the Starboard Angel getting heavily focus fired here. He's bumping. Oh no, it's velcroing against the terrain. The Drunken Celtic coming in from the side of the Vanaheim. This is a perfect opportunity for the Drunken Celtic to slam dunk the Vanaheim. The armor's down.
Actually,
Cake have done it. Cake. Cake are through to the finals, defeating Overwatch 2-0. This is the weekend of Cake, I feel.
Hey, yeah. I mean, that Pyramidion actually charged into the building, but there was just too much damage going on overall onto that Mobula, and Overwatch is taken out. I'm going to have to ask about some of their choices when we have our little dev chat later on, or community chat later on. And but congratulations to the Cake. I mean, regardless of any sort of mistakes by any other teams, they have done a fantastic job all day long, flying incredibly well. So they move on in this Sunday Rumble number 7, and it is going to be a Wolfpack versus Cake final.